So here's my question. We're going to take each of these really quickly and ask, what are your expectations? Now the first domain, setting instructional outcomes. What do you think that should even look like in a classroom? Give me some examples.
Instructional outcomes?
Yes.
What do you expect, your expectations of your students?
That's right.
I can statement, that's an example.
Good.
Objective?
Good.
Can the student be objective too?
Mm-hmm. And so what are some other ways, that's excellent, what are some other ways that looks like in a classroom? You know, 5-minute walkthroughs are something I think as an administrator are very powerful. And when there's a 5-minute walkthrough, I'll tell you what I look for. First thing, I look at the board, I see if there's a goal, a direction, or an expectation for that day and for that lesson. 2, I look at where the teacher's placement is in the classroom. Is it conducive to the engagement of the students? If the teacher's behind their desk, that's not helpful for classroom management. And in 3, what are the students doing? Are they engaged? Are they off task, etc.? You can walk in less than 30 seconds, you can check out a classroom and see if learning is going on with those 3 things, right? Real short and simple. So on a more in-depth observation, when I'm looking at instructional outcomes, there are certain things I want to see. Now look at this versus a 3 versus a 4. Because 3 is good, okay? Outcomes represent high expectations and rigor. Now I don't think you should just get a 3 or a 4 for just saying the expectation. I mean, that's something they've always trained us to do. That would be satisfactory work. To be a good teacher, to be an effective teacher, you need to have something that is rigorous, that is connected to other learning. Remember scaffolding, right? So you want to see that the outcomes are related to the big ideas, so the kids can connect them within the subject. You also want to see students will learn, right? It is very easy to tell a student to do something, but that's a disconnect for a student, right? You tell a student to make me a paper airplane, fine. A lot of them can follow some instructions and make it. But what are they actually learning? What is the point of their activity, right? Why does this matter if you're teaching high school math? You probably hear that a lot. But then look at this. If you notice on 4, it starts getting a little higher. Connecting outcomes to previous and future learning, not just kind of the big ideas. And then notice the outcomes are differentiated so that individual students can get in on the practice. And differentiation is much, I would say, misaligned these days because of its use as a buzzword. But differentiation essentially means you just slightly adjust for different students. So if you have students that are at a certain level and need a certain outcome, and other students don't, maybe you have some students that just need to develop a fundamental skill, and other students that are doing independent research. Clearly, there needs to be communicated goals to each of those groups, right? Ooh, classroom management.